A widespread and concerning flood threat has emerged across the Midwest this Saturday, directly impacting residents in Iowa and Illinois, and extending all the way to Pennsylvania. Chicago, which just experienced severe flash flooding on Friday, is once again under a renewed threat as a tropical-like air mass continues to fuel scattered heavy thunderstorms. This expansive and moisture-laden air, described by forecasters as juicy due to its high humidity content, is interacting with a nearly stationary front. A stationary front is a boundary between two different air masses that are essentially at a standstill. Neither air mass is strong enough to push the other out of the way, leading to prolonged periods of unsettled weather. This particular front is draped along the edge of a massive heat dome that has been dominating the nation's weather this week. While the core of this heat dome, a persistent ridge of high pressure trapping hot air beneath it, has shrunk, primarily concentrating its triple-digit temperatures on the coastal southeast and mid-Atlantic. The thunderstorms riding along its periphery are tapping into an extremely unstable and moist atmosphere, primed for producing heavy rainfall. The primary concern with these storms, even though the overall risk of widespread severe weather remains low, is the potential for exceptionally high rainfall rates. Meteorologists are warning that stronger thunderstorms could produce up to 2 inches of rain per hour. The danger is significantly compounded by the phenomenon known as training or stalling. Training occurs when multiple thunderstorm cells develop and move repeatedly over the same geographic location, much like boxcars on a train following the same track. When storms stall, they remain over one area for an extended period, continuously dumping rain. Both scenarios can rapidly lead to excessive water accumulation and severe flash flooding. We saw the devastating effects of such storms in South Chicago just yesterday. A cluster of thunderstorms brought between 4 and 6 inches of rain in merely a few hours. Roads and underpasses were quickly transformed into instant rivers and lakes, necessitating multiple water rescues across the southern suburbs. The ground in these areas is already saturated from Friday's heavy rains, leaving them far more susceptible to flash flooding with comparatively lower amounts of additional rainfall. This antecedent moisture means the ground has less capacity to absorb new precipitation, leading to faster and more significant runoff, turning even modest rainfall into a significant threat. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's Weather Prediction Center has issued a Level 2 out of 4 threat for flash flooding. This is classified as a slight risk, indicating that localized flash flooding is likely and could pose a threat to life and property where the heaviest rainfall occurs. This Level 2 threat extends along much of the stationary front, spanning from northern Missouri and southern Iowa through northern Illinois and Indiana, and even into western Ohio. This encompasses the entire Chicago metropolitan area, often referred to as Chicagoland.
Lord have mercy. This is lagoon at Weed Park.
reports are already coming in from areas within this threat zone. In northeast Missouri and Iowa, multiple reports of flooding have emerged as heavy rainfall passed through the tri-states region. Specifically, significant flooding has been reported throughout Clark County, Missouri, and Scotland County, Missouri. Tanner Harrison, the Clark County Emergency Management Director, issued a stark warning to residents, emphasizing the immediate danger. We would like to ask all community members and everybody to avoid completely going around those areas. And if you come across a roadway that is flooded, contact the sheriff's office and let them know. And then they can get the appropriate people out there to let everybody else know. The Clark County Sheriff's Office has confirmed that water has already washed out Highway NN east of Highway K, rendering it impassable and highlighting the destructive power of these localized deluges. Additionally, videos have surfaced showing drivers on Interstate 55 encountering flooded roads, underscoring the widespread nature of these hazardous conditions.
This is insanity. I have not seen wind like this in ages. I don't think this video does it justice.
Beyond the Midwest, a second area of significant flooding concern for Saturday covers a swath of western Pennsylvania, including the eastern Pittsburgh outskirts, where similar atmospheric conditions are present. Further to the east, the atmosphere over the eastern mid-Atlantic is also highly unstable, with a mix of heat and a moist air mass creating a budding recipe for potentially severe weather. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's Storm Prediction Center has now issued a Level 2 out of 5 risk for severe weather covering the Baltimore and Washington, D.C. area. While this is classified as a slight risk, the main concern here is damaging wind gusts, potentially reaching 60 miles per hour or more. These winds could cause widespread power outages and property damage, adding another layer of complexity to the storm response. Looking ahead, the chances for heavy rain are expected to shift into the mid-Atlantic and northeast on Sunday. Although the overall flash flooding risks are anticipated to wane somewhat compared to today's widespread threat, major cities such as New York, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C. will likely experience afternoon thunderstorms. However, for now, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration is indicating only low-end risks for any significant flooding or severe weather in these major metropolitan areas. For residents in all affected regions today, the message remains critically important. Exercise extreme caution, stay informed of local advisories issued by emergency management and weather services, and absolutely avoid driving or walking through flooded roadways. Remember, just 6 inches of fast-moving water can sweep a person off their feet, and 12 inches can carry away most cars. It's simply not worth the risk, and authorities are urging everyone to heed these warnings to ensure their safety and the safety of first responders. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.